Yo, happy freaking Sunday. Hope y'all are doing well. Welcome back to SBAA Nation. My name is Keith, aka Keystone. Hope y'all made some money over the weekend. Now, guys, your boy is immortal. We're going to have a losing day every once in a while. And you know what? We lost our money on the books. We actually did turn a profit on DFS, mostly on the back of this kind of long shot play. Did I feel a little lucky to get that takedown from DDP? But yeah, I said, man, he probably get one of them. Yeah, so this was a nice hit on a two pick to pay 7.5x. Some guys got paid even more in their DK6 groupings. So this was a big hit for us. We didn't have a ton of DFS action. It was actually like kind of a slow day. We had condensed plays, but unfortunately the books didn't go the greatest yesterday. But we will bounce back. And we got the nuke bet coming up in the UFC futures. And we did hit another play over. This was the one I gave you all right here. Milton just had a terrible start to the game. I don't know, man. The Cowboys they barely even called any passing plays in the first half, and they got kind of ball dominated. So he stayed in there. And at this point, it's like, if I was them, I would have just let him stay in the game for the whole game. Let him try to come back, see what the kid can do. And, it was into the fourth quarter, they finally pulled him. So it is what it is, but great reads down here. And look, we talked about Justin Herbert, guys. Okay? I showed you the example on Prizepicks where he was, at 40. I literally think he was at 45 and a half. So if you played the under on Prizepicks, you got you got freaking hooked, basically. So it's important when you set the plays. We're going to talk tonight mostly about get the Sunday night football, and I got a pick over in the Sunday night baseball game I'm going to throw in there as well. And I'll give you guys a couple leans. What I'm thinking, it's not the easiest game to figure out, so we'll probably wager a little less money than we normally do. But we're going to have some fun with it. And this was another one we did hit. Luckily, Samson didn't play, so we ended up getting less money here, but we will take that 3.24. So like I said, we did okay on DFS. We definitely profited. This was the other one I gave you. I don't know what happened to Sam Howell, man. I mean, seriously, this was a good line over here. And it's just playing time. No, Jackson Dart got it done again. Told you guys he was going to be good. So let's bounce straight over to the action. And we're going to start on underdogs. So want to let you guys know too, if you're not on my winnable free plan, before we even get into these picks, guys, it's 100% free to sign up. Make sure you're on there. You get all kinds of bonus picks. You get early access. It gets text straight to your phone where you just get a link. You click on it. It takes you to the winnable page, and the play is right there. A lot of times, send out Hail Marys, send out bonus picks, send out VIP deals like the ticker down there you see down there on below, 50% off week pass. You find out about that because there's only 10 slots. You find out about that first before I get around to doing the YouTube video, editing it, uploading it. Sometimes you get it 5, 6, 7 hours. You get a head start on these things. So take advantage of that. And then, like I mentioned, you can get on the week pass. It's going to get you a week's worth of picks, including all the preseason stuff. You see how hot we've been on preseason. Just wait till the regular season, baby. It's going to be unreal. But what this will do, that 50% off, you can get on there. Hopefully we'll have a big week. And then you can use that to level up and try to get a full season package where you're with us all the way through Super Bowl, baby. So let's get into the picks. So the first thing I usually do when I'm setting DFS plays, I'll come over to the home and I'll see what they got available. So we got an MLB boost. I don't know if I feel confident enough in 3 picks just in that game, probably, but we also have another 40% boost. Some of y'all will have it, some of y'all won't potentially. But it has to be 3 picks. So that's what we're going to target here. And we'll go ahead and click back on the NFL now that we know we got that. And okay, so there's a couple things here. The playing time, I think, is going to be interesting for these Buffalo quarterbacks. So Trubisky, I think he's kind of established this number 2 job, depending on where you read the sources. It's him, and then it's Mike White is the third guy. And then there's another kid, it's Shane something. I don't think they have him on here. But I'm not sure if Trubisky is going to play the whole first half again, because I think they might take this opportunity to evaluate the other 2 guys. So you look at the line, that's 93.5 here. If you come over to Prizepicks, well, let's go click on NFL preseason, and it's 87.5 here. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to make sure one of these slips hits with a middling opportunity. We're going to take the more on Prizepicks 87.5 in case he does play the whole first half. He did last week, and he had a pretty good half. I think he had like 100-something yards. We can actually look right here. So, yeah, he had 138 yards, only on 13 attempts, though. So, hyper efficient. And, yeah, we're going to take the lower on underdog. And then what we hope happens is he literally ends up with like 91 or 90 yards, which, guys, it happens all the freaking time. It sounds wild, but there's a chance both these bets could hit. And then we just hope that we're going to make a profit no matter what if one of the two hits. So it's like a hedge, but we call it really a middle. So take Mitch over on underdog. This is a higher line by about 4 or 5 yards. I think it was 87, so 6 yards. Not bad. So, yeah, we have a good opportunity here. Let's just hope he lands right on 90. And then because I think Mike White will play more, that's what my gut is telling me here, then we're going to take that higher. I'm hoping he gets like midway through maybe the second quarter all the way to like the fourth quarter, possibly even, farther than that. He also eclipsed this in week 1. He had 112 yards, I think, on 12 or 13 attempts. So we'll see what happens with that. And then one of the themes you've seen me attack is taking starting running backs under in the preseason. So Swift is going to be out there today. And we don't know exactly how much he's going to play. It's projected that the starters should play more than Caleb's making his appearance. So he's going to be out there. And it's saying, anywhere projected from 2 to 3 series is what I would predict too. So I don't hate either side of this. It just kind of depends what you like. I naturally would lean the lower. But one thing I will tell you, I think Swift probably only going to get like, handful of carries. So as long as he doesn't break a long run, I like our chances here. So Trubisky under, hopefully I'm right about that one. And then Mike White over. So it's really just about predicting the playing time right. You're not always going to get this right, guys. It's the preseason. So I stress, don't put $100 a play on this if that's what you usually bet, like a full unit. I would put like a quarter to a half unit on a play like this. So since we have this boost, if you see here, this is actually going to take it to 7.9x. I would never recommend flexing, 3-pick, guys. You want this value right here of 7.9x. So if you put a $25 bet on this quarter unit, it's going to pay almost 200 freaking bucks. So we're going to go ahead and lock this in. And there's your picks. Now, go ahead and take a screenshot, and then we're going to move on, guys. And I'll show you something else here. I'll show you a couple leans I have. So Ray Davis could play a little more. It's kind of the same thing, though. He's kind of the guy right now. And so I kind of would lean the lower, but this one actually scares me a little bit this week. I don't know why. It just does. And then Frank Gore, he's like 4th or 5th on the depth chart. He may get some playing time. He had 5 carries for 21 yards. This seems like a big number for him, so I would lean the lower. And then the Bears, they have a ton of guys playing. So you got tons of quarterbacks, right? So you got Reed, who's going to probably be the last guy to play. You're going to have Caleb obviously starting. You're going to have Tyson Bagnet. You're going to have Case Keenum. When you add all these passing yard numbers up, man, like one of these guys, probably 2 of them are going under. And I just don't know which ones. So these 2 are battling right here for the second backup position behind Caleb. So my gut's telling me that these 2 probably get the majority of the playing time after Caleb. That will be split up between these 2 guys. And then this kid Reed will come in last and probably get like, a drive in the fourth quarter or something. So I'm kind of leaning like just take the value of the highest guy. So like it's clearly Tyson Bagnet. And I could be wrong about this, guy. Don't take this as like it's the Holy Grail or something. I'm interested to see if they even have him over here. So they don't. So that's a lean right there I'd like. And then also I'm thinking maybe some of these running backs, like one of these guys probably going to be good between Wheeler, Deion Hankins, and then what's the other one? This guy right here, Kyle Managi, I think is how you pronounce it. This guy's 3rd right now, so it'll be like Swift, Roshan Johnson, then him. But it's not like he's locked into that 3rd. That's just what he happens to be on the depth chart right now. And he got the most carries, I think, of them last week. He had 6 for 30 yards. So, but, once again, if he's around 6 carries and he has a bad rushing day, you could look at the lower. I personally actually think he'll probably be pretty involved, but they have a lot of competition. So if you look over here on Prizepicks, you only have two options. You have him, and this is a yard better. So I don't mind this. We'll take the chance on him. And then this Wheeler kid, let me pull up this depth chart real quick here. So you got at the running back position for the Bears, you have Swift, Johnson, that Kyle kid, Travis Homer, I think, is hurt. And then you have the Hankins kid, Wheeler, and some other guy that I don't think they even have lines on. So yeah, Hankins, Wheeler, one of them probably hits their line. So you have him right here as a possibility. And on underdog, he's 1 yard more. So yeah, you would take him on Prizepicks. We're going to mix in an MLB play. It's not that I love this, okay? I'm just going based off the stats and what Ballpark Pal is telling me. And if you look right here at Bowman Field, this is the Sunday Night Baseball game, guys. You're going to get a 47.7% chance. Mariners are getting a run scored in the first innings about a third of the time. The Mets are doing it about a quarter of the time. Now, we'll tell you, if you look at historical track record here, neither one of these guys is very good against the other roster. In fact, Kirby's really struggled against this current Mets roster. So is Clay Holmes. They're both giving up over 300 batting averages. But it's Sunday Night Baseball. It's 1 inning, 6 outs. Kirby's actually in really good form right now. Forget the historical stuff for a second. He's actually pitching extremely well right now. This is on the road. I usually think he kind of a guy like to back at home a little more. And then Clay Holmes, well, he really struggled in his last start. I could easily see this going over, but I'm not trusting my own personal feelings. I'm trusting what the data says. So we'll go ahead and throw this in now. Let me see what this pays. Why is this 6x, 5? Why is this paying 5.25x? That don't make no sense to me. Yeah, so geez. I don't understand why, because this does not correlate, guys. There's no correlation here. So let's go back to the preseason and look at some things real quick. So if you took Wheeler and took Trubisky, I want to see what this pays just out of curiosity. So this does pay 6x. That's so weird. So I'll tell you what, guys, let's I mean, 5.25 is not the worst. I'm just not sure why that they're penalizing this. Now it's saying, oh, we took the less. Okay, interesting. 5.25. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I don't hate it. And it gives us that middling opportunity. It's like I said, it's not my favorite little slate today, but you know, we're not putting a ton of money in. This will be, you know, the Prizepicks limits me, guys. Let's say I wanted to put the same exact bet, 25 to win 131. Not the greatest payout, like I said, but anything over 5 ain't bad for 3 picks. This is what happens. And the reason why, if you're unfamiliar, you're new to the channel, it's because I had so much success on Prizepicks 2 football seasons ago, and they've limited me ever since. So I can only put $5 down on each play, 25 bucks a day. So we only have a total of $30 going in here. I think that's on a slate you're not totally in love with. Perfectly okay to have a little fun and see if we can hit some plays here. So that's going to be the slip. And then, like I said, if I wanted to go do a third one, I would very much look into Tyson under. And then what we could do is we could take one of these other backs that we thought maybe would be pretty good here, get some playing time that's not this dude. So Wheeler would probably be the choice. You're getting one more yard over here, though, and then you got this kid Hankins too. But now he was a little banged up, so he was sidelined this a couple weeks ago. But you honestly don't know, to be honest with you guys, which one's going to really get the lion's share of touches. They all might get around 7. So at that point, I would probably just lean towards the guy with the lowest line, like Hankins. And what did I say he was on the depth chart? So Hankins right now is 5th. Wheeler is 6th. Travis Homer is 4th. But like I said, I don't think he's going to be playing in this game tonight. So yeah, I would lean. Maybe we'll just take a chance on like Hankins here. If you wanted to go the other way, that's up to you. And then Frank Gore, seems like a big freaking number, man. I don't know. And then maybe Ray Davis. I know I said I think he may get a little more work tonight. Like you see, he had 4 carries for only 7 yards in week 1. So if he rushes poorly again, well, I like this under. So let me see real quick, guys. Let me check something for us before we set any more plays. So I don't see anything that's telling me Ray Davis is going to have, any significantly more playing time here. So you got a couple guys dealing with injuries. Ty Johnson's probably going to be out with a hamstring injury, if that's even a real thing. So if we take a look at their depth chart here, you got Ray Davis, Ty Johnson, Darian Evans, and then you got Gore. So it's tough to say. It's tough to say. I would lean the under, and then Gore, like I said, that's still a big number for a guy that even if he gets a lot of touches. And then let's see if they have any of these other guys here. No, they're all receivers. So yeah, those are the only two backs that Buffalo has here. And anytime you take an under, it really it can be one long run can get you. One long run can get you. So, but I think I'm going to trust my bones on this one, and I think that we should take the under on potentially Ray Davis. I think that might be the play here, and you hope that you pick the right guy that has a breaks a long run or something. It could be either one of these guys right here, to be honest with you. But I do like the Bagnet under. I think this is a good play. And yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do that. So we'll lock in I don't think we have any other boost. Yeah, this is MLB only. We'll go ahead and lock in another quarter unit. This pays 5.25. I'm not sure why both these sites on these plays are penalizing us. I feel like these should be 6x plays, but whatever. Anything, like I said, anything over 5.25 for 3 ain't the worst. So there's a couple plays for you guys. That's all I got for you. I will have we got a game tomorrow night, a Monday Night Football game. I think it's the Bengals. I can't remember who their opponent was, but I'll have a separate video all about that. We'll try to find some value over there, maybe mix in a little MLB, do what we got to do. But those are the plays today, guys. And let's hit freaking one of these. That's all we really need to do to profit, man. You just need to hit one. So you got all the picks and this Prizepicks play. If you guys could put the same amount on every play, that's what I would do. So they limit me over here. So obviously, if this one hits and the other two fell, I'll technically lose money, but most of my clients will not, including you guys, if you just put the same amount on every play. And then at that case, we have 3 plays in. Even if one of them hits, our lowest payout's 5.25x. So we just made money. All right. Love y'all. Drop a comment. Let me know if you're going to be watching this game tonight. It's pretty exciting getting a little PM football game, ain't it? So, all right, boys. Peace.